J.P. Morgan said the U.S. probably headed for a recession. I mean, if the banks collapsing across the country because of the fuckery, then include you into some shit that's going on. For those who are unaware about how insurance works, let me tell you that before I tell you this. Insurance works like this: you purchase it, and then you pay for it monthly, and then sometime in the future, after you have bought the policy, if something happens, they help you out and make you whole for a little fee. I said to say this: uh, the FDIC, the federal, what is it? I don't know what the fuck that shit stand for now. Department of Income Commerce. I don't know.
Mm,
It's the
sounds good.
people. It's the people. It's the entity that is responsible for insuring bank deposits for individuals of up to $250,000.
Hmm.
Might not mean much to a lot of motherfuckers, but to a lot of other motherfuckers, it means a whole lot of shit. It means if that bank just so happens to go under, then you won't be left without all of your money. We'll insure it up to $250,000. And most people will just say, I'll put 250 here, 250 there, but
Hmm.
I might put more than 250 in a spot, but I'll never put 250 in a spot that just opened up a year and a half ago. Looking at you, SVB, and also all of the little micro banks, I'll call you, around the country. Remember this individual named Bernie Frank?
Madoff.
No, not Bernie Madoff, Bernie Frank. He was a U.S. congressman around the Bush era after the economic fallout of the housing crisis and whatnot. He, along with the motherfucking name, something Dodd. I can't remember his name. James Dodd, Todd
Yeah,
Dodd.
it's James
Todd
Dodd.
Dodd. Todd Dodd feels crazy. If that motherfucking name was Todd Dodd. Hey, look, if your last name is Dodd and you are not naming one of your children Todd, you are missing out on the great opportunity to create the potentially the most party centric motherfucker since Spurs McKenzie. I mean, you got the
Todd Dodd. Todd Dodd, the God.
You just
Todd
gotta
Dodd, the
say
guy
woo after that.
rival the shit out of Spurs McKenzie for all spring break debaucheryism. Anyway,
Hey, if you got
so
twins, Todd and Rod.
Rod Dodd,
Ooh, Todd Rod
Todd and
Dodd.
Rod the
Rod
Dodds.
Dodd, getting them. But anyway, so Bernie Frank, when he was in Congress, he was instrumental in setting forth a set of regulations on banks to prevent things like banks from making risky investments or investments in shit like mortgages to individuals who should not be getting said mortgages. Like if you work at a fucking a McDonald's
Part time.
part time, maybe you shouldn't qualify for a home loan of $350,000. But that's what the banks were doing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got it now, maybe you have it later. And if you don't, I mean, fuck you, but we gonna do it.
David had 91. Bet they know me now.
So it essentially prohibited banks from participating in risky business. Fast forward to Mr. Bernie Frank, Democratic stalwart, hero, champion of the people. Yeah, him. Leaving Congress and joining a bank, one of these small micro, banks. And then all of a sudden, lobbying for legislation that turns back some of the very protections that he fought for to, you know,
Hey,
keep banks from making risky investments.
remember that shit? That shit that I said that I wanted. Hey, fuck all that.
Fuck all that. Hey,
Hey, that stuff
what?
that I passed. Yeah.
Hey, Bern, this is such a drastic change from what you were saying just 4 years ago. Why now? I mean, no reason, just cause I think that we were a little too hasty and hard on people. They should
Cause
be
I
able to be free.
changed teams.
I was
Right.
just saying that to get you mad.
So, as a bank board member, he works to tear down the very thing, his very legacy in Congress. He works to tear. It was the Dodd-Frank Act. He works to peel back parts of it, and lo and behold, the parts he peeled back were the very parts that these specialized new age banks needed to fuck everybody else the fuck over. They were
You
making
don't
risky
say.
ass they were making the dumbest fucking investments, and it had a lot to do with interest rates being, volatile and fluctuating and things like that in the US, and how the interest rate is tied to bonds, and how these particular banks, SVB, was taking money, was investing in these bonds that were supposed to be, worth more later, but when interest rates go up, they're going to be worth less later because interest and bonds. It's kind of like oil and water. They don't work well together. Anyway, so he pulled those back, and lo and behold, these banks make these risky investments, crypto and such, and all kinds of other things. And they started to lose money. And the people got nervous, and they said, you know what? I don't want to keep my money in banks like this. So they started pulling money out. And then the bank said, no, 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 don't put money out. We're going to go talk to some people that I know. And so they said, okay, we'll wait. So the banks went to go talk to people that they know, like Gavin Newsom and the like and whatnot, the dude with the winery, whose wife is also on the board of one of these institutions. Uh, no conflicts of interest there,
None at all.
none. So what happens is they talk to their friends in the government, and the government says, you know what, guys, don't worry about it. We're gonna bail everybody out. And typically, the governmental bailout, or the bailout, is paid to from an insurance fund that institutions pay into, and your money is insured up to $250,000. But what this bank was doing was getting all of these big, large monetary deposits so they can do all this fuckery that they wanted to do, because they didn't have a lot of people, but they had enough people with a lot of money
They had gumption.
that had gumption, that wanted to say, well, we'll risk it all for these financial vehicles that are garnering us a lot of money.
Let it ride.
Let it
Give me
ride.
that mossy, kid.
Oh shit. Those didn't make the profits that you thought they were gonna make. Well, I had $600 million in this bank. I need 600 million back, fam. And the bank is like, well, who already got
um,
600 today? And so they went to the government. The government said, don't even worry about it. No, we said 250,000, but yeah, fuck it. Yeah, 600 million. We'll guarantee that. We'll guarantee everything else that you lost. So they backstopped the losses that the bank made, which means they
Hey,
took money from you,
hold up.
citizens of America.
I think I think we need a Tyrone to break this down into Negro language. Cause as you saying this shit, I'm like, he's losing the niggas. But I just realized what you said. This motherfucker went back to Lil Joe. You never backed on Lil
never
Joe
go
with a
back down, little Joe.
10 to 4 on the tape. Come on, man. You don't back on Lil Joe with 10 to 4, and your man's got the side bet up. He got his money on the table. Everybody racking on you to hit this motherfucking four. And you talking about 7-Eleven, Little Joe. Little Joe at the back door. No, nigga.
And you crap out.
And you crap out.
But your buddy owns a casino, so what he does is he hit the light. You snatch the money off the table when you run. That's what the fuck they did. They hit the light. The government came in. They said, you don't that money that's not there anymore. Don't worry about it. It's there now. That shit came from somewhere, people.
So when we put
This
money, it don't matter.
this this is welfare for the rich. It's only benefiting people who wanted to increase their financial vehicles and yield more money than a bank like, let's say, a JP Morgan or a BOA. or Harris would have yielded more modest returns. But this new bank that doesn't have to abide by these regulations because they can run lean and mean, fuck you. Lose your money, we give it back. But can't pay for motherfuckers' college tuitions. That's gonna cost us too much. In the past week, I think it was 5 banks that crashed like this, and there are tons going forward that are about to fall also, and everybody knows it.
Mm,
The reason that they're doing this is because they know it's a lot of rich motherfuckers that put a lot of money in these banks, and we can't let them all lose their money, even though the money's lost. The money's gone. The money went somewhere. It was a risky business. It the money never leaves. When they make the bad investments, that means somebody else won.
mhm.
They lost. These are bets. So what happens is that person won. They still won. They didn't take the money from them. They took it from the rest of us, paid them off. Now, all these rich motherfuckers who was betting against each other and play fighting get to go home even Stevens.
Right. It's trading places,
Even
except
fuck
for
Stevens.
it doesn't work out in the end for us.
Never, never. We never Billie Holiday. We're Mortimer. We're Mortimer. We ain't even Mortimer. We the motherfucker that brought the cross report in that's getting engaged with the gorilla right now for to get fucked. Well, actually, currently getting fucked because it was a long flight back to Madagascar. Well, whatever the fuck he sent them gorillas. But the other motherfucker got fucked all the way there. I know the ape costume didn't zip up in the back. He made a way. He made a way. But yeah, I might have went a little bit on that. I was, you know,
Well, let me rein it
I fell
in.
away. I fell away.
No, that was a joke in itself. Me rein it in. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, but your government is people. Your government is screwing you. Wake up, please. Stop getting fucked. At
See,
least make
what
them
they don't
like
tell you
issue.
is the word hedge means to create a stop loss. So when you hear hedge fund, which is most of these banks are buying into hedge funds, that's a stop loss. Well, what is a stop loss? If there's a point that I could lose, why ain't you stopping before you enter that motherfucker, nigga? That's my money.
Right.
So what they do is they hedge one bet against another one. So they'll make a very risky purchase and hedge that bet against what would be deemed a safe purchase. So just in case you lose this one, you don't lose this one. This one has a moderate return. This one has the chance of having a major return, but also a major loss. And then you offset it by making a drastic leap here in the safer bet. But what they don't tell you is in tumultuous times like this, your safe bet, which is your Dow 500s, your Equities REITs, those could also go down too.
Hmm.
So you can't hedge it against any fucking thing because the whole market is down. And it creates what is known as a recession.
There is no safe bet.
There is no
There is
safe bet.
no safe bet. It's a bet. There's always the chance for you to fuck around and lose.
And recession, pull back. There is hedge. There is no say. There's a pullback. There's it receded. There's a recession. Everything pulled back. There is nothing to hedge against because hedge again just means to jam up against something to support yourself. See, y'all gotta learn this motherfucking language. They tell you what this shit means right in the language, but we just get so quick to calling shit that we forget that.
This
Sorry,
shit mean shit.
These
yes,
things mean something.
it means things. They're hedging a bet against another bet. And a recession is when the financial institution recede and everything just shrinks down. There is nothing to hedge against. Boom, stock market crash. And crashes come from when because this is what it is. And this is what they really don't tell you. Crashes is when the mice jump out of the maze. That's what a crash is.
Yes, when I,
It's
it's called a run.
yeah,
It's a run on the bank,
it's when the
run on the
mice jump
market.
out of the maze. It's when you take your 20, you can't afford to lose another $20. They have been functioning on you putting your $1,000 onto the stock market and not knowing what you're doing, and you lose $200 here, gain $40 there, lose $200 here, gain 600, then you lose 800. When it's all said and done, they didn't play with your money so much in that, and you still come out on the bottom. Now, a fucking recession comes in when you hear about these five banks crashing. You go, oh, I can't lose this whole thousand. I'm already down to 800. So all of the lemmings, all of the mice, all of us, we jump out of the maze all at once, and they can't play with our money no more because their money is supposed to remain stationary and it grows based on our nincompoop decisions and losses. Like the 1% are just supposed to gain from us little guys just constantly losing. You know what they say? What did Duck Show say to Lucky Luciano? Nigger pennies, Irish pennies, they all add up to my dollars. And niggas are always thinking about the grand. We need to hit for the lottery. We need to hit for this. The
The
powers
pennies
that be,
all add up to my dollars.
they bank on all us mice losing our pennies at one time, and they divvy it up at the top. Just
Hmm.
our moderate losses, our little shit that don't even move a needle on our life, all goes to the same eight motherfuckers and makes them fucking financial behemoths.
This
It's
is the goddamn plot to Hackers, the
it's a
1992
cold-blooded sick
movie.
game. Cold-blooded sick game.
See,
Hmm.
you take 5,000, take $5 million. Somebody notices. Take $5 million 2 cents at a time. Nobody cares.
It's also the plot to Office Space, but
Hmm?
plenty niggas have also plenty motherfuckers have said, you know what, I'm gonna just steal a little bit at a time. Put a little bit in the baggie, put a little in the purse.
Hmm. Mo
Um,
did that, so hopefully you won't have to go through that.
that part.